order to elevate, you will have to separate. Sometimes you have to separate yourself physically, sometimes from people, and separate yourself from any distractions. Okay, and people also can be distractions. So, excuse me, allergies. Okay, so if you want to elevate in life and you want to go to the next level, in general, right, you have to separate yourself. You have to separate yourself from people who aren't helping you grow or promoting your growth or like clapping when you win, right? Because those very people could be holding you back. Now, you also have to separate yourself from distractions. Like if you're watching too much TV or playing video game too much, or too much social media. I know some people go on like social media cleanses and stuff, and that's very good, because some people spend like their whole lives on there. But if you're doing it for like your business or learning stuff, then by any means keep doing it. But if you're doing it just to waste time, stalk other people's lives and stuff like that, no. So separate yourself from any distractions. Separate yourself from people who don't want to see you grow, aren't happy when you grow, don't clap for you when you win. By doing those things and working really hard towards what you want and your goals, you should be able to obtain them. So any goal and idea requires some motion, right? And so you can't just pray for it and do nothing to like get yourself there. So you have to get in the Word and read your Bible every day, some type of way. Get the scriptures and get closer to the Lord, because ultimately He's the one who is going to really elevate you, right? By the way, happy Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom, Saturday, Sabbath. So yes, the Lord is the one who's really going to elevate you, right? And so you really got to get closer to Him and see how He wants you to live, because everybody, they think that they're living the way the Lord wants them to live by just doing a little bit of scriptures or reading the Bible. And like inside the Bible, when you read stuff, He tells you how to live. He tells you what to do and what not to do. He is our Father. And so just like your dad, he gives you rules and regulations, like come in the house before street lights come on, stuff like that, right? Or no running the house. Okay, same thing with the Lord. He gave us rules too to follow. But our people is so stiff-necked and stubborn, we stopped following them way long time ago. That's why slavery happened, because we turned our backs on the Father. But He still never turned our backs on us, okay? But we turned our backs on Him. So in order to break the generational curses, we have to turn back to the Father and listen to Him and how He wants us to live and follow Him. And that's how you break the generational curses for real. That's really how you break the generational curses. You listen to Him. Imagine how much stuff, how much blessings, and how much better your life is going to get just by listening to Him. A lot of people just try to do it on their own. How to elevate is start listening to the Lord, the laws, statutes, and commandments. Because a lot of people think that they're done away with, and they are not. The only law that had got done away with was the sacrificial law, which is when people used to sin. They used to have to go like slay a goat or sacrifice a goat up to the Lord and act like they put their sins in there and then kill it and give it to the Lord as it be pleasing to Him. But we don't have to do that this day and age anymore. That's the only law that had got done away with. Everything else still stands all throughout the Bible, even the Old Testament and the New Testament, is saying listen to Him and keep these laws throughout generations. generations to generations to generations. We are obviously throughout generations to generations. So that's what the Christian church, they ain't going to tell you that. They worship on Sunday. You should worship every day, really. But Sabbath day is the real holy day, the separate day that the Lord made special. Because 6 days he built the earth, and the 7th day he rested. Sunday is the first day of the week. So you guys do the math. Either way, that's how you really elevate. You listen to the Lord, and he will give you the stuff your heart desires, your wishes. Ask and ye shall receive, the scriptures apply when you're listening to him and following him. All right, that's the message today. Separation to elevate. Separate yourself. Get into the Bible. Separate yourself from these bad spirits and wicked people. And separate yourself from the distractions. Put in work towards your goal. And watch how your life flourishes. All right, happy Sabbath. Bye.